On this episode of Classless Chat.
Spiders are everywhere!
The Spokane Spanker was on TV.
The truth is out there.
YouTube can drive.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, what you are about to hear is the future of entertainment. May I present to you Classless Chat with your hosts, Drew and Pat.
Baby. Feeling the groove.
If your Chevy's feeling heavy and your Ford's kinda slow, your Pinto needs a window and your Dodge needs a tow. If your oil needs a check-in and you have a couple of seconds, give us a call.
Give us a call.
Billy Bob's Auto Wrecking. This week at Billy Bob's, we have a bumper crop of 1972 AMC Javelin bumpers, all for the low price of $29.95.
Yeah.
We have the world's largest collection of lug nuts.
Lug
we call
nuts.
it the Bucket O Lug. Find yours today.
right, you
Hubcaps,
can.
buy a set of 2 and get a free car deodorizer shaped like a Christmas tree.
Fancy.
Get in any color you like. Smell great. As always, we have suckers for the little junkyard junkies. Come on down. Don't forget to visit Billy Bob's Pet and Zoo out back. It's all right. They don't bite. Y'all come see us.
I like
We're
the
at the
joke.
corner of Chicken Dinner Road and Beeline. Give us a call. 208-555-5555. Ask for Billy Bob. Y'all come back now, here. Y'all come back now, here.
Shut up!
Oh, the parrot.
Shut up!
Shut up, parrot. Oh. Well, hey, this is Classless Chat. My name is Drew.
And I'm Pat.
Thank you guys so very much for listening. Hey, we want to say thank you to everyone who does listen to this. Pat loves you long time.
Yeah, I'll love you even longer if you tell all your friends.
That's right. And maybe even longer still if you join us on
I've only got so much to give. I'm sorry.
if you join us on patreon.com/classlesschat. Even $1 a month goes a long way and it helps to prevent actual advertisements from ever being on the show.
And tooth decay.
It's okay. Because as our friend, I'm going to put you on the spot this time. As our friend Smokey the Gerbil says,
Only you can prevent advertisement, I reckon.
there's an S at the end.
Yeah.
You have a hard
I
time
don't.
with that.
You know what? I can't pronounce my S of you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You don't like that letter on the keyboard either, I don't think. No?
Why? What letter on the keyboard?
S.
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 Give us an S.
Hey, thanks, Savannah. Who you thought retired or got fired or something a couple weeks ago.
I thought maybe she flashed or did something on the show. Got
Yeah.
kicked off the wheel.
Nah, I don't think so. No. So, what's going on in your life?
Well, for all of you who are interested in little old me,
Little old man.
this will be the last Classless Chat episode that I will ever do this week.
Yeah, in April.
Yeah, no. Actually,
April of 2017. This is it. I'm done.
yeah,
with
all
this-
of y'all
this month.
out there that love me so much, I've been getting buckets and buckets and bags and bags and boxes of fan mail. I'm not feeling the love. I am going to go under the knife on the 1st, which is Monday.
Monday.
Yeah, they're going to stick a knife through the front of my throat to work on the stuff at the back of my neck. I can't figure. That's kind of like changing spark plugs from the tailpipe. I don't know how that works.
I don't know, but I mean, they've done it that way for years, so it's got to be better than the other way,
I don't
right?
know. I know people that got scars up the back of their spine on their back.
Right, but when they go through the front, it's just a little thing. It's not bad.
Right, I'm glad.
Yeah.
Although
I
he
bet
did
Sherry
say,
is too.
Yeah, well, I think she's just push a little more to the left. Wait, that's his jugular.
Yeah.
No,
Oh, he can't speak for 2 weeks. Shucks.
doggone it. Well, you know what's funny is the doctor said that that's one of the side effects because they're going to be moving my vocal cords a little bit when they're cutting on me. So you guys will miss this wonderfully glowing.
The sultry sound of Pat.
Yeah.
I'll miss it.
Will you?
I will.
Really?
Yeah, I'm enjoying this.
However, I'm going to, Drew set my Skype up on my little old laptop here. So while I'm in recovery with this big old neck brace and everything on, hopefully we'll be able to Skype in and you guys you can feel, throw some sympathy my way. Prayers are definitely asked for.
Yes.
So May 1st, I'm going in.
I want to pause right there really fast because I'm sure that bothers some people, but let's face it, this is classless chat and we don't care.
Right.
We're going to ask for prayers. We pray for people. Pat and I both go to church. We're both quite active at church. We're going to talk about prayer and we're going to talk, and we're not ashamed of that. If it bothers you so much that you can't watch the show, sorry. I hate to lose you as a listener or a watcher.
But send us your name and we will pray for you.
Absolutely. Yeah. But unfortunately, we're not going to, we don't care. I mean, we do care. We care about you, but we don't care that it offends you, because if something like us saying, we're asking for prayers and, that offends me. Well, you know what? You're sending good vibes offends me, because that's you admitting that you have nothing to give and you just saying, I don't care. I care, but there's nothing.
And just to add to that, God loves you.
Yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm. So, that's my tantrum for this morning.
Thank you.
Actually, it's nighttime right now.
Well,
Evening.
It's daytime somewhere on the planet.
It is.
But yeah,
I bet Jason Vare over in the UK, it's almost morning there.
Almost.
Wakey,
eggs and bacon.
Hi.
How do they say it over there? Get up out of bed, you. Get up.
So you come over tonight. You come over. Now, there was a time when you were coming over and you just kept getting here earlier and earlier and earlier.
I showed up a little late.
No, this was good. This was fine. And I'm still making dinner. You were giving me crap because there wasn't green vegetables on their plates.
Oh my gosh.
Ugh. But no, what movie did I have on for the kids though? It was a good one.
Cool Running.
That's right. Feel the rhythm. Feel the rhyme. Get on up. It's bobsled time.
Yeah,
Cool
man.
Running.
Yeah, man. Oh, anyways.
It's not the Eddie Murphy one. Sorry. No.
No, I'm not going to go there.
No.
No.
No. Not live on Facebook. Who knows who's watching this?
Live.
So
Facebookers.
If you are, I'm looking at it right now. We got people on there. So
that almost sounded like live Facebookers.
Not boogers. No.
Booker.
Bookers. If you're listening to the podcast, the recording, if you're on iTunes, Google Play Music, Stitcher, TuneIn, or more, just so you know, or even ClasslessChat.com or SoundCloud, we're on a lot of them, really. It's crazy. We do this live. We have got the ability now. We have the technology. We have the means. And so now we
and look, perspiration.
That's right. On top of doing the actual audio recording, we do a live one to where you can watch us live as it happens on Facebook. That's facebook.com/ClasslessChat.
Something real quick. I was listening to the radio the other day, and did you know that they have an actual award for podcasts? Did you know that you can actually get an award?
I heard about this.
Yeah, and it's not like an Emmy or anything, but there is awards out there for podcasts that are high rated and wonderful. And yes, we are a high rated podcast, and
by our
we
fans.
smell. I can't even speak.
We smell.
We smell funny, and
speak for yourself.
We look. We
look funny.
We look.
If nothing else, we look the part.
Yeah, we look smelly.
Thanks.
Yes.
Okay.
You're welcome.
A good smell?
I don't know.
All right.
What does chocolate chip cookie smell like?
Oh, deliciousness.
Yes. We don't smell like that.
Oh. Had my hopes up and everything.
All right.
So the kids were watching Cool Runnings, which was great. They had their chicken nuggets and tater tots. Why not?
You know what? And I offended Drew, and I was not offending Drew. He's just so sensitive. He's a sensitive kind of guy. You just want to hug him once in a while. I actually would like to smack him in the back of the head once in a while, but
it's called the Gibb slap.
He's a nice guy, and I made this thing. Every time I come over,
I was gonna say you made it not once,
but twice, three times. But
so far, this is episode 9 plus the pre-show
it's
plus
only
the other
Wednesday nights when he has no time to cook a proper meal for his children. But it is a good meal. It's full of vitamins and iron and iron and stuff.
Aluminium.
He feeds his kids aluminum cans.
So I mean, seriously. So my Wednesday, I'm up I get the kids ready for school. I get them out to school. I come back and I'm in the studio doing whatever I need to do. Today it was editing an audiobook, editing like crazy. Then I go get the kids and we're home for like 15 minutes for them to change into their gis for Kung Fu. And they have a snack and I take them to Kung Fu.
Is there any green in the snacks?
I hate you sometimes. We do Kung Fu for 2 hours. We finish that. We race back here. And then, Pat's here either as we pull up, as has happened once, or within an hour.
He's going to make me mow the lawn if I come up in here.
I'm tempted, dude. It needs to get done.
It's raining, though, so forget it.
And then we come home, and I have however much time to make dinner. And so tonight, Wednesdays are the quick and easy. It's either frozen pizza or like tater tots and chicken nuggets or taquitos, frozen taquitos, something like that.
I bet you,
it works.
Yeah, it works fine. And I was just poking at him saying, Drew, there needs to be some green. Yeah, there needs to be some green on that plate.
No. Well, I mean, there should be.
Yeah. And I apologize for offending you.
Would it make you feel better if I used green plates?
Yeah, it'd work.
Okay.
That would work.
All right.
Okay.
As long as I know the rules here.
Okay. All right.
But yes, we have continued the fun, good movies from back in the day that I forced the kids to watch. I had them watch Cool Runnings the other day, and it was again, Dad, this looks dumb. This looks like the dumbest movie that's ever been made. I don't want to watch it. I don't want to watch it. I don't want to watch it. And then I'm like, suck it up, Buttercup. We're watching it.
I was laughing because what he does is he sits them down and he goes, all right, shut your eyes. No peeking.
Right.
And then what does he do? He finds a movie that he likes and then makes his children suffer through it.
Totally do it.
Yeah. And it was awesome because they open their eyes and they go,
it's my favorite movie. Gabby was like, it's my favorite movie. Josh was like, again? But no, I mean, I made him watch it that one time, and yeah, it's now Gabby's favorite movie because Dad has taste in movies. To be determined.
Yes.
So I was talking to people. Speaking of the dojo, I was at the dojo today, obviously, and we were talking, some of the dojo moms and myself. I'm usually the only dad there. I think there was one other dad, but he was on the other side of the building.
That would make you a dojo and her a dojane.
Dun, dun,
oh.
We were talking, we discussed how cool it would be, because I don't know if you're aware of this, Pat, but in Hollywood right now, there's a potential for yet another writer's strike.
I did hear about that in the news.
Okay, so potential for this, we should know here in the next day or two, if there's going to be a writer's strike. Well, I think it would be really cool, and it would be enjoyable. Like, I think more people would actually watch movies again. I mean, not like there's been a downward spiral on this, but movies would become more enjoyable and they would be even more successful if they went through a spree, if I may, of making movies like they did back in the 80s. I don't know, something that actually had a story to it and didn't have to show boobies every 30 seconds and drop the F-bomb every third word.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I mean, okay, since we're on that subject.
We're not even to the movie segment of the show.
I went
blah, blah, blah.
to the movies and saw The Zookeeper's Wife. Okay, this is at the movies. Any of you people out there that want...
Pause. Question. Now, I have not seen this movie.
Right.
But from the sounds of it, it makes me think it's another one of your Downton Abbey moments where it's like, Pat enjoys girls' shows, and so... it's just what it is.
No, this movie had it all. It had apocalyptic Nazis and explosions.
Apocalyptic Nazis?
Well, yeah, because Nazis created apocalypse.
Okay.
No, there was. This is a true story. It happened in Poland when the Nazis invaded Poland.
Okay.
In the Warsaw Ghetto area. And this family owned a zoo. It was a very lovely zoo with monkeys, lions, and tigers and bears.
Oh, my.
Anyway, so during the war, they started hiding the Jews from the Nazis.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, this was a great story. It had a great storyline. It had a good historical value to it because it was all true. It happened.
Yeah.
But they had to show boobs.
Of course.
Why did you have to ruin an educational, well-written, wonderful story with great characters and truth to it?
I don't know.
And have to flash a boob? Why? There was no need to do it.
Probably not. I mean, that's the thing with most movies. Like Logan. I went and saw Logan a few weeks ago. I think we talked about it. And seriously, that was it. They had to drop enough F-bombs and show completely unnecessary boob action in the back of the limo. The lady, they were doing a bachelorette party and they had to, let's show the limo driver.
Girls Gone Wild.
All right, and it's like, that is just simply there to ensure your R rating. Nothing else. No reason whatsoever.
Well, yeah, because if it's not rated R, it's not worth the money. Apparently.
Bleh.
Now, how many people do you see going to the movies now as a family to go see something that's PG or PG-13? Very rare.
No, actually a lot.
Well, not where I come from.
Well, it depends on the age of the family. But the sad thing is you still see, you get all the families with the little kids. Oh, we're going to go see Moana, or we're going to go see the new Disney's movie or whatever. But then you see the same people turn around like a week later and they're taking their kids in to see Deadpool.
I know.
I kid you not. So I had a buddy from the dojo. We waited for his thing because he's doesn't have a ton of money. I totally get that. I've got 2 kids that I'm raising by myself. Don't exactly have a bunch either. But we wait for movies to get to the cheap theater so that we can afford to go. And we go on like Dollar Tuesday night to where it's like a dollar movie.
Yeah.
And we went and we saw Deadpool. And 2 rows in front of us was a family with like a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old and an actual baby.
Well,
It's like, why on earth would you take little kids to go see Deadpool?
Well, they need to learn the lingo. Mommy, what is that
I suppose.
F word? What does that mean?
Play that funky music, white boy. All right.
Okay.
Well, hey, what do you think? Is it time? Let's just do it.
Let's do it.
All right.
Here comes the stupid. News starts now. Whoa. That is cool.
It is. You're up first this week, Patrick.
Yay! Well, I was digging in the bucket of garbage and news in the world today, or not today, but
Known
the
as the
other day.
Huffington Post.
The Huff Post. Yay.
Sorry.
Thank you. Thank you, Huffington Post, for feeding us all the wonderful garbage that we can handle.
Yay.
Yeah. So this one here just caught my eye as I'm zipping through there, and it's like there's this picture that pops up, and it looks like it's got a nice sheen on it. Looks like a nice big kind of like a
You know what it looked like to me?
a plastic sheet over a field.
You know what it looked like to me when I first saw it? I thought, oh, it's a double exposure image. And you have ocean waves and like a field of grass.
Hey, that does look like that.
It does. Thank you.
Well, what it is,
It's not that.
acres and acres of one gigantic spider web. All of you people out there that love speed rays, the little 8-legged critters, there was thousands of spiders in this field. Just wove, is that a word?
Yeah.
Woven
Wove.
this web of just solid web for as far as you can see. And just thousands of spiders cover New Zealand field with giant webs. I love it.
You would.
Arachnophobia, anyone? So
Didn't like that movie.
I loved it, especially the aggressive little spiders. Love those little guys. So let's see here. Oh gosh. So it looks like this has happened before. So these spiders just come out a certain time of the year and just spin these humongous webs, and there's like millions, not thousands, but millions of spiders. They're not dangerous, but I think they're pretty cool, actually.
Yeah. So there's multiple quotes. So it's like the web started at the top of the mound, which is up above the soccer fields. Maris told
You can actually
Sunlight.
show this. I don't know. Can you show this picture?
I mean, I could put it up on. I could just lift it. I guess. Here we go. I'm on my tablet this time. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it looks like. Anyway, but yeah, it's up on above the soccer fields. Where was that? It went almost right down to Papamoa College.
Gesundheit.
Thank you. Anyway, so I read an article about the same kind of thing a few years ago, or a few years back, where a whole heap of spiders created the same effect, escaping flooding. Now, this is
I love this.
This is in New Zealand.
The other way to get around. especially when the spider points to little bums in the air to release a little line of silk. It's called ballooning, Vink added. Wind picks them up, releases them along the way, and they land in that piece, and that piece of silk lands with them. It's like spider parachutes.
It is. That's like exactly what it's like.
Parachute pants for spiders. Come on back, 80s.
Oh, I love this. I love this though. We thought surely there are no spiders inside that, Maris told the newspaper. We walked further up, and our feet started getting stuck in the cobwebs. And then we noticed little black things on top. So, as you do, we screamed really loud
And ran like little
oh my
girls.
God. They were everywhere, literally thousands of them. And when the spiders started crawling up her son's legs, Maris said she turned on her phone to videotape the arachnid close encounter of the
Don't worry,
72nd
Bobby.
kind.
They don't eat much.
Oh, jeez. Ugh.
Oh, yeah. That would be cool. Now, see,
No, it would not.
I grew up in this little town in California. Anybody that knows California, I grew up on the Central Coast. It's called Los Alamos. It's kind of between Solvang and Santa Maria. And this little town, this little ranch town.
Oh, Santana
you.
kick, sorry.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Anyways, there used to be a migration of tarantulas. And I remember one year we were driving into town and the sun was just starting to come up and there was these black swaths across the pavement. I remember driving through them and hearing crunch like popcorn or it was just popping.
Did the sun hit your eye like a big pizza pie?
That's amore. Or is that a s'more?
Yeah.
But yeah, so and I'm a huge fan of those little jumping spiders, those little furry guys with the big eyes. They're cute and they jump.
A spider is never cute.
Oh, they are. They're cute. Spiders are good for the environment. They eat.
Well, I
bugs
mean,
and
I'm not going to
snack.
lie. I'm not going to argue with that. No, they're
It'd
fine.
be a
They're good with
losing
the
argument.
environment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I try if they're in my house, they're fair game. If they're
No.
outside of my house, I leave them alone. I name them and we get along fine.
Nice little Bobby spider.
Yeah.
Go in.
Yeah.
You go play. Be free. Kill a fly. Yes.
Ew.
Nice bug.
Ew.
Stop being a girl.
So, a man, we'll just this is a great transition right there. That was awesome, right?
Oh, man.
A man. A man
sure?
confesses on television to being the Spokane Spanker.
Bad, baby. Bad. Spank me again.
So, a man who claims to have slapped the backsides of dozens of women along a popular hiking trail in the Spokane area,
Badonk-a-donk.
has read a tearful confession on live television. Numerous women contacted law enforcement officers in the recent days to report that a man approached them on the trail and slapped them on the backside and then fled, probably giggling like a giddy little kid. I touched a girl. Well, yeah, he's 28 years old.
Spank me some more.
Mr. Smith, 28 years old,
Mr. Smith.
went down to the news headquarters on Wednesday, identified, this was last Wednesday, so last week, identified himself as the spanker and apologized to his victims. The police say they are investigating and they know where to find him. So, yeah, what kind of... why would you feel the need to go down to a public area? I mean, is it like a frat hazing? No, because he's 28.
Yeah.
You're almost 30. When do you feel the need?
He's past that whole, I'm going to spank you and you're going to like it face.
Well, I mean, that's fine if you're dating. You don't go randomly smacking girls on the bum.
Hey, lady, come here. Show me your badonkadonk so I can swat it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You know you're in trouble when the gals stop and go, here you go.
Do you have any hand sanitizer?
May I have another? May I have another? One more? May I have another? Oh, yeah. Well, okay.
How did you know what I did? I know what you did last summer.
I do. I spanked stuff.
You
There was no monkeys hurt in this.
No. Yeah, we're here for the movie. Right then. 2 small popcorns and 2 medium drinks. That'll be $87.95. Okay, so I'm gonna say because that you cringe every time, and so does Jay. So Jay is gonna be here this weekend, so I think we're gonna try to get her in so we can actually have a female voice as the other person on there saying it's gonna be $87.95. So like to help with some of that.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, so we have a different voice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
you know,
was
it would be
more-
nice. It would be nice if Pat would be around every now and then to do some of this.
You know, I'm just going to tell everybody out there that right now I am working, because I'm getting so much flack from Drew over my Billy Bob's auto wrecking commercial that I've got a new one coming out, and it's going to be fun and light and fluffy.
Fluffy. It's so fluffy, I'm going to die.
And it's not a fuzzy unicorn either.
Oh, well, now I'm sad.
God.
All right, so this week we had, what is it, Hands of Stone? Yes, Hands of Stone was the movie.
Yay.
If you have not watched it yet, if you have kids in the house, probably don't.
Yeah.
This was one of those, hey, last minute, we need to pick a movie.
Thank you, Drew.
Drew did not do enough research and not family friendly by any stretch of the imagination. Dude, I'm 32 and I felt uncomfortable.
Hot Latino babes. Yes.
Oh,
they was
dude,
muy
I felt uncomfortable.
bonita. Yeah, they were it's like,
I felt, there were several times that I felt quite uncomfortable. It was definitely one of those, let's ensure the R rating. Well, do you think showing them once is going to be enough? No,
Well,
let's do it like 4 times.
in pirate speak, it was R, 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 R.
Are you going to show those again?
R, maybe. R, R.
Oh my gosh. So there was a bit of language. There was a bit of nudity. I am so sorry, people. I seriously, I'm
Just
kid you
a
not.
wee bit.
Kid you
R,
not.
R.
I felt uncomfortable. Ugh. I mean, I'm not, I just, a lot of language, a bit of nudity. And I'm going to be honest. I felt like there was no story. I felt like it was just slapped together like, here, we got some people to do some acting. You played this part, you played this part, you played this part. We see what happened.
You say a lot of this stuff in Spanish, and you say words that might not be understood by a gringo, but other people on the other side of the border are gonna go, oh my gosh, he said what?
He said, what?
I better not even say that.
No. Yeah, I mean, seriously, there was not, which is sad. I mean, in reality, the guy was a fantastic boxer. It's based on a true story. It had a great story, but like you mentioned earlier to me, it was a very political, anti-American movie, and that's about it.
Yeah, who's the boxer?
That one guy,
Roberto.
He
has ridges.
Roll your
Roberto
starts with a D. I'm not into
Duran.
boxing.
Roberto Duran.
Thank you.
Yes. And he fought Sugar Ray Leonard back in the 80s. I mean, it's a great story as far as his childhood. He grew up in a poor with other brothers and sisters, and he had to fend for himself. A life of crime. He ended up in jail. But anyways, as he grew up, he learned to fight from a young age, and then somebody picked him up when he was young and taught him how to box and give him some values. But he still was a little criminal growing up, even when he was learning to box. But
I mean, he was like an orphan or something. I think it was.
No, he wasn't an orphan. He had a mother.
She died, didn't she?
No.
Oh, all right. Well, that's how little there really was in the story that I don't.
It was basically, it just kind of went from his childhood to him starting off as a lightweight boxer in his younger days, and then he ends up boxing Sugar Ray Leonard, and then poof, the story's gone.
He has sex a few times. Sugar Ray has sex a couple times.
A lot of badonkadonk going on.
A lot of, unnecessary boobies flying around.
Brown chicken, brown cow.
I mean, man, it was unnecessary. If I was feeling generous, 2 stars, since I'm not, 1.
I am giving him 25 tortugas. Gracias.
Okay, now in English.
What did I say? 20-something turtles.
Yeah, I know. But why?
Thank you.
I know, but what's your star rating though?
And that was it.
Oh, jeez.
There wasn't even
No
a star.
star,
No
he gets
stars.
turtles.
He gets turtles.
Turtles. Yeah, and they're not even the Teenage Mutant kind.
No. They weren't even teenage. They might have been,
It was bad though. I felt horrible watching it.
And I have to say it's my fault.
I couldn't even follow the stupid thing.
It's my fault. It's my fault because I'm too damn lazy to pick out a decent movie. I'm always letting Drew pick out the crap. And you always pick out the crap.
Well,
and
it was the last second. We did it live. We were like, oh, what are we watching? I don't know. I saw this on Netflix once. I didn't watch it, but I saw the name on there. Let's do this.
Let's pull this one out of our sock.
Yeah, bad idea. We have a movie picked though. Now I picked the next one again.
That's okay.
But because you won't be here, I want to wait so that you pick ones for when you're here so that we can discuss the movies.
I've seen this one.
I'm going to be honest. I have two. However, Jay's coming over this weekend because Josh's birthday is on Saturday and she has not watched it yet. So I plan to do this as a date. We could also do, she made me order La La Land.
Oh God.
So she wants me to watch La La Land with her. And so I said,
the title says it all.
I said,
La 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 La.
I said, I will watch La La Land with you if you watch next week's movie with me, which is Captain America Civil War.
Good movie. I liked it.
It was pretty good.
I liked it.
Yeah, we'll talk about it next week. I will with somebody, maybe. Maybe I'll go solo.
I might solo. Nobody can see you.
Han me down something. No.
Han Solo?
Han me down.
Oh,
the D in there.
No, never mind. You're trying too hard now.
I am trying way too hard. Jeff said we're going to try to see if Jeff can come on and maybe co-host. Jason my brother Jason might be on, depending on if the writer strikes happen. So the writer strike thing, which I was talking to Jason about this yesterday. It was kind of interesting. There's a potential. So when writers go on strike in Hollywood,
they cry a lot.
They cry a lot, but they can, the shows and movies can continue to shoot what has already been finished writing. So if it's already been written, they can shoot it and make it. Well, Jason's currently working on Ray Donovan because that's his primary show. They have, I think he said probably like 3 or so more episodes that they have done. And so technically they could potentially still shoot those, but apparently a lot of the people who work on the thing are writers, and so they might shut it down altogether anyway. Who knows? It's all up in the air.
So guess what? Lots and lots of reruns.
Yes.
Yay.
So next week is up in the air as to what will happen. It will happen. We are not going to go pod fading on you. We're not going to disappear for a week.
Pod fading.
Yeah, which is where you disappear for a while.
Is that a new word?
No, it's been around for quite a while.
Pod fading.
Pod fading. It's where you like start to disappear. Like you don't tell people you're not going to be there, and the show just doesn't happen. And so it starts to go away because they lose time to do it, and it just fades away.
We won't do that.
Fading. We're not going to fade away. We're not pod fading on you. We'll just have to be creative, work around with Pat.
I'm going to have my computer. It'll be a couple days after my surgery. I will be at home. I will be wrapped in this big plastic gaudy thing.
Yeah. The
around
question
my
is,
neck.
can you talk? Because when my mom had the surgery
What
done,
does it matter? I'll be sitting there going,
when my mom had the
noise.
surgery done, it was probably 2 weeks before she could comfortably talk at all.
I could whisper.
Yeah.
So-
That's great entertainment.
I'll use
right
sign
there.
language. Yes, I will go, look at me. And I'll Skype everybody and go, I can feel my hands.
What I can do.
Yeah. You flail so well.
That's right. That's right.
All right.
All right, let's move on. So next week, if you want to watch the movies and keep up with us, I'm sure we'll be talking about La La Land because Jay will have made me watch it.
That's what
I
she
mean.
said.
I will get to watch it with Jay.
Jay's listening right now, I bet. And,
I am so torn. Part of me, because I like musicals, interested. I want to see it.
And you were giving me grief over Downton Abbey.
I know. And then,
Anybody out there thinks his man card should be yanked, please write in.
chances are we'll actually hear it this time too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of somewhat interested, somewhat not, but we'll do it anyway. I will do it for you, Jay. That's how much I love you. All right. Moving on. The truth is out there. Or I want to believe. I believe I can fly. Wait, wrong movie. Wrong show. Wrong song. Wrong everything. Just wrong. The X-Files is coming back again for a new event series next season.
More David Duchovny?
Why won't you love me? Do you remember that song? David Duchovny, Why Won't You Love Me? By Bree Sharp.
No.
It's very 90s.
I bet it is.
My era.
I just, the hair on the back of my neck just stood up.
And you
went,
shivered and like, that hurt me to move. My neck. Yes. So if you remember, the X-Files came back for a special season event. Was it this last
Gillian?
I think last year or something like that.
So Gillian Anderson and David Duchovny. I have not seen Gillian Anderson except in that stupid Bean movie that you made me watch.
I was gonna say we just watched a movie with
and
her.
she had is that her real voice, that English accent,
I don't know.
or is she American? I
am
thought-
unaware. We should look that up.
Yeah, because
You got a computer right there. Why don't you look?
I don't want
Inform us.
inquiring minds.
Inquiring minds, aka Pat and Drew, want to know.
Yeah, I think trying to figure out if Gillian Anderson has an English accent.
Just look where she's from.
Well, you know what's funny?
Just look at where she's from. It's easy.
She has a very, very sultry English accent.
She does.
But she also has a very sultry American accent. So pick your poison, people.
That's right.
She can be English, Spanglish,
Spanglish.
Puerto Rican, whatever. I don't know.
No. Okay, so it's going to be a new a new 10-episode run of the X-Files. Yeah, the iconic characters, rich storytelling, bold creatures, the hallmarks of the great TV show, and there's some of the reason why the X-Files has had such a profound impact on millions of fans worldwide, said Fox president David Madden. So yeah, this will technically be the 11th season of the X-Files. 11
seasons.
11 seasons. That's impressive.
Yes.
And it's scheduled to air, or it will schedule to air either later this year or early next year. I would probably bet next year, just because the kind of work they have to put in on this. And Jeff actually sent me a picture of some of the behind the scenes stuff at what he was working on sometime, just to show me like how many people were actually in behind the scenes. And he said, we're shooting in the middle of a live street, so we had to shut this down. So this is a small crew, and there was probably 20 people.
Small.
And like half of them at least were looking at their cell phones.
And the other half
were holding someone else's coffee. No. Ha!
No. How many of them had to change light bulbs?
I don't know.
How many set crew does it take to change a light bulb?
I don't know. Yeah. All right. So with today's news, this will prove a very busy 2017 for Anderson, who also has a pivotal role as the God Media. I don't know. What? In the first season of Stars, April 30th, debuting American Gods. Oh, okay. So she's in another show. So yeah, it's going to be a very busy time for her. But fun. It's exciting. I like the X-Files. Do you like the X-Files?
I do like the X-Files.
Good. We're in agreement for once.
Woo-hoo!
Yay! You're up.
Okay. 8-year-old learns how to drive from YouTube. Who knew that you could learn how to drive on YouTube?
Okay. Hold on. This is great. So Pat and I, we email back and forth going, oh, I'm doing this article or whatever. And I post them up on the thing. And I almost picked this one. And I'm like, I had already picked my two. And I saw this and I'm like, oh, this would be perfect. If Pat doesn't grab this, I'm doing it next week.
You know what's funny is that
you get an email from the bozo like 10 minutes later and it's on there. I'm like, that's good for Pat.
Mr. Bozo to you.
Mr. Bozo.
No, it's funny because that's funny. When I saw it, that's the reaction I got. Oh, I'm doing this. And my wife's like, what? What is it? And I said, oh, this I can't tell you. You have to wait for the show.
You gotta listen. But I don't listen to your show.
Yeah, I don't like your show. You guys stink.
Drew smells.
Well, no, I think she said I stink.
I do shower. For the record, I do shower very regularly. So don't ask me my schedule, but I do shower. No, I'm kidding. I do schedule very regularly.
So here's an 8-year-old. You got to understand that this guy, this youngster, this little guy, 8-year-old, wanted to take his little sister to McDonald's. And he's like, well, how do we do this? So Mom and dad somehow left the car and the keys available, and he didn't know how to drive. So
I
what
think
does he
the
do?
dad was gone and the mom was sleeping or something.
something, yeah.
And she the sister wanted a burger. She's like, I want a cheeseburger.
They were
I want a
jonesing, man. They were
cheeseburger."
jonesing for a burger.
Was this in Colorado or Seattle?
I don't know, but the sister was only 4 years old. Now that's a loving spouse. 8 years old wants to take a 4-year-old out.
This is Ohio, so it's probably not the munchies. Okay.
So yeah, I don't know. They get high on other things, man.
High on life.
Yeah,
All right.
and corn.
But yeah, the kid went to
YouTube and learned. He literally, it took him 5 minutes to go to YouTube and figure out how to drive the car.
Yeah.
So, so the 8-year-old boy and his sister went and grabbed their father's van after learning how to drive by watching YouTube videos. The unidentified youngsters snuck out of their home in East Palestine at 8 p.m. on Sunday after their parents went to sleep.
Yeah. Okay, there it is. They're both went to sleep.
During the 1.5 mile long journey to the fast food restaurant, the boys successfully navigated railroad tracks, multiple intersections, and concerned witnesses called the police despite the fact that the young, unlicensed driver had remained under the speed limit and he obeyed all the traffic laws.
Which is impressive because I know adults who can't. The town that I live in is the most frustrating town to drive in ever.
Yeah.
People here cannot drive. It is like the daily rant. I have friends on Facebook and that I know personally that I text back and forth all the time, and we rant at least once a week with, if people around here do not learn how a 4-way stop works, I swear I'm going to go Uncle Buck on these people and pull the hatchet out of my trunk. It's so bad. So bad.
Uncle Buck?
Yeah.
I don't recall that scene.
Bug? Gnat? Is there some kind of similarity there? You know, the hatchet? Like, I have a hatchet right here in my trunk. You want to see it? I like to keep mine razor sharp. Sharp enough that I could shave a gnat. Bug? Gnat? There's some kind of similarity.
Yeah.
I love Uncle Buck. Uncle Buck.
So this
John
is
Candy,
your
period.
This
Great
is your-
Outdoors is another great one.
Yeah, this is your typical McDonald's worker. So the workers thought the parents were in the back. It's okay. The parents are in the back. If the 8-year-old's driving, it's okay as long as there's a parent in the vehicle. Well, they didn't even look. And obviously they weren't. So, it's funny. Is a family friend who
the kid might have said, "Oh, my parents are in the back."
Yeah, they're in the back, hiding under that blanket next to the spare tire. Don't bother looking.
They're playing with oregano.
Why did you have to go there? Okay, anyway, so the only way this kid would have got off scot-free, but a family friend was eating inside the restaurant and contacted the grandparents of the children.
Oh. Can you imagine how bad the parents got it from the grandparents?
I can. What were you thinking?
Oh.
Yeah, we'll be watching your children more often, you losers. No, so no charges were filed in the case. Nobody was arrested. It was just, the story follows up with the way technology is anymore. Kids will learn how to do anything and everything, he said.
Whatever they want, yeah.
Yeah, so be careful what you're posting on YouTube, people.
No kidding. Now, I will say, since you brought up McDonald's employees, some McDonald's employees actually did do something good this week. You saw this, right? No. Where the guy who murdered the guy on Facebook Live.
Murder.
Horrible thing to do. I mean, come on. Just why? Don't kill people. Let's just start with that.
Yeah.
Don't kill people.
2, don't do it because you're having a bad day and 3, just go randomly.
And 3, don't do it on Facebook Live. If you do it, which don't ever do it, but definitely don't do it live on camera.
At least if you record it, you can edit it later.
Oh, no, bad. But yeah, some people, McDonald's employees saw him and I don't have the article up in front of me, but I read it earlier. Saw him and actually held him there as long as they could while they notified the authorities.
How about he offed himself?
He did. But they found him and held him there as long as they could and notified the authorities. I think he figured out what was going on. And
I think their hands were too greasy from the fries and he slipped through their fingers.
Dun-dun-dun.
Yeah.
But I think there's some left in the bag. There's always some left in the bag.
It's that bonus fry.
It's the bonus fry. Music review! All right, it's that time of the show again. Pat, you excited?
I'm muy.
Muy, muy. You know, it seems like we're doing a lot of Spanish stuff today.
Yes.
It's kind of... Okay.
Okay.
So, so the movie was from a Panamanium? Panama?
Pandemonium?
Panama, based out of Panama. This week's musical guest, I'd love to have some guests on here, but musical artist at this point is Nano Mesa. Does that say that right? Close?
Gracias y perdón by Nano Mesa.
Out of the Orlando, Florida area. He's a natural-born Cuban living in Orlando.
So does that make him unnatural now?
I don't know. But here he is with his song. Say it one more time, Pat.
Gracias y perdón by Nano Mesa.
Here you go. Enjoy it.
Yo, un pájaro, el correteo con mi sombra fuera natural. Si fuera yo un político, pregúntenme por el poder entre mis brazos. Solo agradezco donde he estado y agradezco donde quiero llegar. Si fuera yo una razón, en compañía de una rima traigo la verdad. Solo conozco mi visión. Si algún consejo que te doy no acierta el blanco, es por esa única razón. Solo agradezco donde he estado y agradezco donde quiero llegar. Y qué milagro que puedo cantar y le doy gracias a la vida. Que no hay rencor para cicatrizar. Le doy gracias y el perdón lo encuentro. Si fuera yo un corazón en compañía de una risa, traigo lo que doy. Hay tantas cosas que no soy. Qué dicha es, seamos todos juntos. Solo agradezco donde he estado y agradezco donde quiero llegar. Y qué milagro que puedo cantar y le doy gracias a la vida. Que no hay rencor para cicatrizar. Y lo que sube tiene que bajar. Y agradezco que te he amado, así tú ya no estás. No sé a dónde voy, pero doy gracias y el perdón lo encuentro. Lo encuentro.
There it is.
All right. There he is, Nano Mesa. What do you think, Pat?
Muy guapo. No, I loved it. I thought it was really good.
I think it's fantastic.
I have spent many a year listening to Hispanic music. I was just telling Drew that there's a lot of bands out there that can tear it up, and it's really cool to listen to. Thank you.
Yeah.
It was a really good feel. It was a nice sounding song. At first, when I started listening to the music itself, it took me back to Seattle again. It was Seattle. It was more of a really nice, relaxed, comfortable song to listen to.
Yeah.
Even if I didn't understand everything it was saying, it still was a cool song.
Which you know more Spanish than I do. He sent lyrics in. I should link that. I'll email you the lyrics. In English, translated lyrics.
See, we could have done that while he was singing and talked over going.
But that's rude. That's rude.
I know. I'm just kidding.
I love it. I mean, honestly, the first time I opened up the email and listened to this, I really enjoyed the song. I don't want to be nitpicky at all. It's fantastic. There was like two things that I might say. One, the fade out at the end might be a touch short, but that's to taste. I mean, really, that's about it. I thought it's fantastic.
Yeah, no, I think it's great. Gracias y perdón.
Yeah, so thank you, and I'm sorry, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. Man, right. He emailed me. I feel bad. I should have it open in front of me. Sorry, bad podcast host. Bad. No, fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
You don't have his name?
That's the name I have.
What?
Nano Mesa.
The artist's name?
That's the name that he goes. That's the only name I have for him. No, but he's fantastic. I would definitely go check him out. Nano Mesa, you can look it up on YouTube. He's also on Facebook. He's on a couple other spots. Just Google search it. It's Nano Mesa Music. And fantastic, though. Keep it up, man. Great stuff coming out of the Orlando area. I know we have at least one more band coming out of Orlando that has sent stuff in already. So, fantastic.
I'm waiting. I'm excited. I love the music. Everything's been fantastic.
Fantastic. Keep it up, guys. Go and check him out. All right, Pat, you ready for this? Did you find it?
Yes.
Okay. And you got the right one up? It says episode 9 on it?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. I do believe it's time for another delectable tale. Won't you join us down on Storybook Corner? So, yeah. We might have had Gabby write a story because we're struggling with some of the translation work at this point in time. We're working on it. We'll have more stuff coming from Eureka Elementary School, but we're just trying our hardest to translate some of the stuff out to be as good as possible, to do it justice for the authors of the stories. So we had, just for fun, we had Gabby go ahead and write us something really quick.
She did a fantastic job.
She did. It's fun. Gabby's my daughter, for those of you who don't know. And so we wrote that. She wrote that up. She wrote it. We do everything in Google Drive. And I didn't put the link in on the form that we used for this. And so Pat had to find it. And that's my bad. All right.
You're bad.
Pirate Pat, you ready?
Yes,
I don't know.
I'm
This
ready.
might be really loud. Oh, we'll figure this out.
Who's loud?
That loud. I don't know. We'll find it. We'll figure it out. We got it. Ready?
Pat
and-
likes to be loud.
I know. Here you go.
Oh, that's really loud. Pirate Pat now cannot hear.
All right, there you go.
That's much better.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Gabby, for this wonderful story. I don't know what to call it, but we'll call it a story about a girl.
I like it.
There is a girl named Jessica who lives in New York City. Jessica loves studying things. You may call her a nerd. Maybe a nerd. But she is very good with athletic things. She had a brother named Jacob. Shut up, bird. Jacob loved playing jokes on people. He also is a great leader. Well, most great leaders like to play jokes on people. When he grows up, he wants to be chief of all police officers in New York City.
Mark the NYC.
They each have one friend. Jessica's friend was named Morgan. Morgan, I knew a Morgan once. Captain Morgan, yes. Many a bad nights.
Coconuts.
Yes. Morgan was like the perfect child at school.
But when she comes over to Jessica's house, she makes a lot of mistakes. That's not nice to be pointing out other people's mistakes.
Mark, bad girl, Gabby. Mark.
She is a great friend. Jacob's friend was named Gabe. Gabe was Morgan's sister. There seems to be a relationship here. Gabe is like the winner at everything. Gabe did not brag, or he'd be a jerk. But he was the best. Jacob's best friend. At science class, they were talking about energy. This is so boring, whispered Jacob. Jacob, I can't even speak.
No, you can't.
I mean, it's that Captain Morgan again, I tell you. Shh, whispered Jessica back. You don't want us to get caught, do you? Asked Jessica. Oh, it got quiet. We may have been caught. At recess, the four of them played Ghostbusters. Pow, pow.
Pow, pow.
I ain't afraid of no ghost, screamed Gabe. The four of them had a great time playing Ghostbusters.
Mark, fantastic.
The end.
Mark. All right, now we're going to stop the music for real. For reals.
For reals.
Oh, that was fun.
Thank you. Thank you, Gabby.
Thank you, Gabby.
Or Gabe for short.
I know. I'm like, oh, let's see here. This is Gabby's alter ego.
Yes, Gabby Gabe. Gaby.
Gaby. Hey.
Gaby baby.
No, don't go there.
No.
She's 9. Leave it out of this.
9.
Not the German style.
9.
9.
9.
9. Crap from set. All right. And this week we have Jeff Wayner back with us. What's happening, Jeff?
Aloha.
Aloha. Is that a goodbye?
Sorry.
You're saying goodbye?
No. Well, eventually I will be.
Are you going to end it that way?
Well, if you play this segment in the correct order, then that would have been a goodbye, but it doesn't have to be. It's entirely up to you in the editing room.
It's true. I could play it in reverse and see what satanic thing you're saying.
You could, or you could just play the video in reverse and play the audio normally, except the aloha would be at the beginning. Never mind. You know what? Forget it.
What's aloha in backwards? Oh, no, dyslexic. I can't do it. Let me write this. I got to write it out.
Your brain did it for you,
no.
but then you already learned through a lifetime of compensating not to recognize it.
I know. It's so bad.
Some irony there for sure.
Aula. There you go. That could be a word. Probably is.
We are off to an auspicious beginning.
There's a 50-cent word for you. So
free of charge for our viewers.
Yeah. So we were getting ready to record this, and I ran out of water, and allergies have been kicking my hiney. I feel like the Austin Powers moment. Get your hand off my hiney. Holding up the Heineken. And we're recording this in video, so we can play some of this off, but it's great. But yeah, the allergies have been kicking my butt. I ran out of water, and my throat is just raw. Ugh. So yeah,
I'm just gonna let Pat take care of all that after our segment.
I'm sure he will.
You're welcome,
too.
Pat.
Now Pat has officially. I'm sure we will have talked about it on the show at this point. But Pat is having surgery officially on the 1st. So He will be out for probably 2, maybe even 3 weeks. So we're going to have to find a stand-in or a stunt double.
Ooh, a stunt double. That'd be interesting.
That would be fun to assist in some of this and have some fun for a couple weeks.
Sure. Well, we wish him all of the well that we could possibly wish him, and I'm sure it's going to come out fine, and he will be missed, but we'll find a way to fill the gap.
Yeah, for a couple weeks.
For him while he's gone. Yeah.
Yeah, a couple weeks.
Temporarily, of course.
Yeah.
We don't want to work the man out of a job while he's on disability or anything. That wouldn't be.
No, that wouldn't be nice.
No.
Who does that kind of thing? People in Hollywood all the time, I'm sure.
It happens.
It happens.
It's a thing that happens.
I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is everywhere. So, you were saying that your life is really boring and that you had no personal stories whatsoever to share.
Nope. No wedding rings, nothing.
No wedding rings, nothing. I didn't even have to ask this time, ladies and gentlemen.
Now we're getting to that point in our our progression here.
Men can be trained, ladies.
Oh boy.
Can of worms.
Dangerous precedent to set right there.
That right there. Yes, it is. So, you know what? Let's get this going here. We've received a lot of questions.
Straight to the request lines then.
Straight to the request lines. I mean, I'm sure we've talked about this already in the show. Gabby was sick. I got to take her to the ER last night when you and I were planning on recording.
We were.
And she got sick. I took her to the ER. We were stuck in the waiting room for 2.5 hours before I said some things and left. Oh, Drew not happy. Drew not pleased. And well, when you're used to when you take someone to the ER, Shannon had cancer, and that was always like, oh, it is literally life or death at that point. That's how they see it. You walk in the door with a cancer patient, we have pleural effusions, we have whatever else going on. Oh man, this could kill the person. Let's get them in right away. It was always immediate. And I bring my 9-year-old in with signs of appendicitis, and people who, at the 1 hour of waiting, new people start showing up. And with one of them was a flu patient, one of them was an ear infection, and they took both of them back. While Gabby's still sitting there in the waiting room, and we had a lady that came in that got kicked in the head by her horse and was gushing blood.
Sure.
She sat in the waiting room for an hour and a half.
Get out.
No, kid you not. Because, that's obviously not an emergency.
Well, you can't write this stuff.
I know. We had a poor little girl. The girl was probably like 3 years old. The mom's in there with her 2 other kids. You can tell. Single mom. She's got all of her kids with her. Her toddler, 2, maybe 3 years old, crying, screaming, sicker than a dog, throwing up. They have the little tube bags, right, for you to throw, the vomit bags. That girl threw up every 15 to 20 minutes and was screaming in agony. She sat there the entire time too. They showed up 10 minutes after we did. When I was checking out, that mom was checking out too, going, I'm going somewhere where they'll actually look at us.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it was bad. Now, granted, it was really, really busy. Saw multiple ambulances come through. We had multiple police cars following ambulances at different times. So there was crap going on in the 2C. So
I guess.
Yeah. It's all sorts of fun. So, so we got a bunch of questions here from
speaking of people. Flurries of activity.
Oh, yeah.
I believe that my dear friend Kelly Copen submitted quite a few valid and well thought out questions on the Facebook thread this week. Did she not?
One or two.
Yeah.
She's a sweetheart. I posted on the Twitter feed. I posted on Twitter, the thing with Gabby, and she's commenting back and, going all out. She seems nice.
Yeah. Yeah. She's a good kid.
Yeah.
I missed that. Yeah.
So if I need a good florist for anyone in particular.
Yeah. Thrifty florist.
Oh, they even get a plug?
Indeed. I mean, sure. Why not?
This is
happens to be the name of the business. At the time I was working there, they had 20 some odd locations in Metro Detroit.
Okay. So, and this is a Detroit thing, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. There you go.
So if you ever need flowers in Michigan, there you go.
Look up Kelly.
You're welcome, Chris Rea.
Yeah. So she came up with a lot of stuff.
She did.
And some really good stuff. So one really stuck out to me because I'd never thought about asking the question until it's in front of me, and it made me go, duh, I've always wanted to know that.
Okay.
So Kelly asks, Geoff.
That's me.
Yeah, that's to you. It's directed to you. Are you the only PA on a project, or are there many depending on the size and or budget? Like on Brooklyn Nine-Nine, are there many PAs or just you? And are there more PAs on a movie versus a TV show? And my personal take on this, question-wise, was not just PAs, but in the broader spectrum, just behind-the-scenes people. I know talking to Jason, sometimes there's only one stand-in for the entire production if they're, sent out somewhere in SAG complications or whatever. But, how many people, behind-the-scenes people, does it take to make some of this stuff?
That's a great lump of questions that can all sort of be answered at the same time.
Right.
The shortest answer possible is yes, it depends on the budget. Obviously, if you have more money, you can afford to have more people. And usually there are more production assistants on a feature than there are in television, just because television tends to be a more compact, more quickly moving thing in general. Since she brought up Brooklyn Nine-Nine is is one of the television exceptions as far as I've noticed, in that they only have one full-time production assistant, but they also full-time have a DGA trainee, which is somebody who's going through the Directors Guild of America training program at the time. And that person may not be with them for an entire season. They're usually there for a set number of days, and then they move on to another production to broaden the number of sets that those people are exposed to, so that they have a better base of knowledge when they finally get into the union. But most television shows have 3 or 4 full-time PAs. Ray Donovan ran more like a movie set. There were 6 of us there full-time.
Wow.
And the more people you have, the more specialized each individual's job becomes. So you'll have a person who's in charge of the walkies, and that's it. A person who's in charge of distro, which is anything that comes from the production office in paperwork form, meaning new pages for the script, start paperwork, or sides, or call sheets, anything that comes down, or accounting paperwork for the best boys in their departments, the keys, all that stuff. There's one person who's in charge of distributing that to the people that need to get it. There's somebody who's in charge of paying attention to where the actors are all the time when they're on set. There's somebody who's in charge of checking in the background and making sure they know where all those people are at all times. And then you'll have maybe a floater, depending on how many people you have in your specific world that day. If you have 8 actors and 100 background, you'll have an extra PA just to lend an extra set of hands and an extra set of eyeballs to be keeping track of everything. And then that number also changes if you go out on location and you have a whole slew of lockups. If you're shooting a busy intersection and you need to keep the general public out of the shot, then you'll have at least one PA for each direction of pedestrian foot traffic on a busy street corner. And then to that end, you would bring on the police department from whatever municipality you happen to be shooting in. So you have those people. And then chances are, if you're shooting outside, you'll have extra grips, extra electricians to deal with bringing the increased workload to a more manageable size. So something like your average TV show may have between 120, 150 people that are there every day full time, and that number swells if you have if you go on location. If you leave the stage, then that number goes up exponentially. Sometimes it seems like you'll go on location and it's like you've got a whole nother crew just as additional labor for that one day.
Wow.
Which is why you see all those names scrolling by really fast at the end of movies and TV shows. And those job openings are determined in advance of the production. You'll break down the script, then you'll break down the shooting days, and each department head will take a look at it and say, well, if we're going to this location, I know that I'm going to need X number more guys to be able to cover the workload so that we're not waiting on my department all day long. So that's something that is decided beforehand, usually way in advance on a movie schedule, because you have that whole thing planned out start to finish, as opposed to television, which goes week by week or every 2 weeks as the episodes are written. That's the television stuff happens way more last minute, especially in my department for the PAs. I wouldn't be surprised if I got a phone call at some point tonight before the end of the show asking if I can work tomorrow morning. That happens all the time.
And the answer to that is
nope. I'm already booked.
There you go. Good to know. So am I. I have editing to do, people.
There you go. I'm not doing anything nearly as fun as editing. Excuse me, but
fun.
I mean, yeah, it depends on your definition of fun, really. But
music editing, I find enjoyable. This is
well, there you go.
Not.
Editing this is not.
No. I'm not editing this. I'm not editing this. No, the project that I'm editing is not as enjoyable.
Okay.
It's a fantastic project, but the editing process is tedious.
These things happen.
That's part of the job.
Yeah, and not everything is a good lesson for all of you listeners and viewers out there. Not everything we do in our chosen professions, which we love and enjoy.
Oh, absolutely.
It's fun.
No. Same thing, because that's the thing is you guys work on the set, and I always find it hilarious. People will talk to me, and it's like, oh, what do you do, Drew? Oh, I'm an audio engineer. Okay, kid you not. Went to church this Sunday. Visited. Blah, blah, blah. I'm out of water again. Visited a church that I haven't been to for like 2 years. New pastor, and I walk in, and we're talking, and everything's good, and they do the service, and they start having problems, and I'm sitting right in front of the soundboard. Well, part of what I do is I teach church audio. I teach churches how to run their sound system. Mm-hmm. And the audio guy is just... I lean back, and I'm like, dude, after service, I'll show you how to fix that with your compressor that's built on your board. Okay. And the pastor comes over afterwards as I'm showing him how to fix it. And it's like a 2-second, like, turn this one knob. That's it. That fixed it. Yeah. And he's like, oh, and the pastor comes over. Oh, you know audio? Yeah. Well, I'm an audio engineer. It's what I do. Oh, that's awesome. And I kid you not, next statement out of his mouth. And it's the stereotypical thing. So, what do you do for your real job?
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm an audio engineer. That's what I do.
There you go. That's a thing? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is. I can do that.
Yeah. Someone should tell the government.
Yeah. No, don't. No.
No, right. Someone should tell my girlfriend? Yeah.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
So, but that was funny. But hey, I took us off tangent. Sorry.
That's okay.
It's my throat.
Yeah. We're blaming on the lack of water over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Short answer to that question: there are a multitude of people, way more people than even get listed in the credits. Just because you work on a show for a day doesn't mean that you're going to get your name in the credits. That stuff is all up to the producer's discretion. And
really?
Any given, yeah, absolutely.
I did not know that. I thought everybody had to get on there.
No.
Oh.
Nope. Not even all the union folks get their names listed. It depends on.
Wow.
It's entirely up to the producer's discretion. I'm sure that there's some metric that they use to decide whether or not somebody is worthy. But if you are on the show for a day, I mean, I worked on Interstellar for a week. My name's not in the credits.
Wow.
Yeah, it just I never expected that it would be, because there were so many people that worked on that movie. And with a movie like that, you have the hundreds of people that work in physical production, and then you have the hundreds and hundreds of people who work in post-production and visual effects, and the people that are sitting at computer monitors and making that movie look incredible. They all get listed as well. Well, I would assume that they all do, but again, it could also be a producer's discretion kind of thing. I don't know what kind of deals they have worked out with different post houses. And
does it maybe help if you have the fun name? Like, you always see the fun names, like
and people with quotation marks is a third name. In the middle.
Sure, yeah.
No, that doesn't necessarily guarantee that you'll get listed just because it's fun to read your name.
I'm sure it doesn't hurt.
No, well, it might not, but
yeah.
I can imagine producers reading off the list of, like, how do I have to put that?
No, yeah. Hey, look, Drew, that guy Brown was on this movie.
Yeah. No, we're not putting him in.
No.
We're not listing that guy.
That guy.
Yeah.
Okay, so it does depend on the budget and everything else, but that's
yeah. The short answer for everything in this business is, if you have enough money, you can go ahead and do whatever the hell you want.
Nice.
Including hire thousands of people that are unnecessary.
Awesome. Well, that's a great question.
Yeah.
So guys can continue to submit your questions. That's awesome.
Please do. Keep it up.
Hashtag it. Both Facebook, you can hashtag it. I don't know if people know that right now, but you can physically hashtag on Facebook, and it does track it as well. So hashtag crap from set.
Crap from set.
I still love that. That's so funny. That was 2 movie cases that just anyway. Yeah, hashtag Crap from Set on Twitter or Facebook, and we can go through those and pick out good questions, and we tally them up and go through them.
Yes. And we do keep track if you submit crappy questions.
Oh, we do. Then your names just don't have the credit.
About.
Pat. So
he's kicking that man when he's not here to defend himself. I love it.
The best time to do it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's going to be gone for a couple weeks, so we'll have plenty of time.
Yeah, that's true.
So do you have a hashtag set life, some kind of humorous moment for us?
Sure. I have it's a pseudo hashtag set life. I guess it counts as a hashtag set life. I went to see the movie Logan, wonderfully done film, by the way, for any of my friends.
With the antenna
to work on
in the screen. It was probably more like this.
It was way down at the bottom.
Yeah.
It was kind of like this. But I'm not going to crucify anybody for that. That's not my place. You know who you are. Anyway.
You're already not working because of it. No.
And it was more than just the antenna. It was the whole... Anyway. So I was sitting in this mostly empty theater because I waited until I knew that there would be a mostly empty theater to go see it. And a small group of gentlemen came in and sat directly next to me. And as they were, I'm sure, waiting for a post-credit sequence to reveal something about the next Marvel movie, and I was just sitting there dutifully reading the credits, I hear one of them under his breath mutter, "What the is a gang boss?" And I just I made a mental note. I was like, I know the answer to that question, and as soon as this is done, I'm going to tell these guys. And then the credits finished rolling, and we all stood up, and I leaned over and I said, "Oh, by the way, I know what a gang boss is if you were really, being serious about that." And they all went, "Oh, really? Well, what is it?" And so then I proceeded to tell them that a gang boss is basically like a construction foreman for the movie industry. He's the guy who is in charge of all the people that build the sets. So he'll be liaising with mostly the production designer and the art director, deciding what each set is going to look like if they're building the set specifically on stage. And that guy will have blueprints and have everything mapped out so that you can have the living room from one house separated by a doorway from the bathroom for another house and the kitchen from a third house, all packed into one tight little spot to maximize the use of floor space on a soundstage. So it's a pretty important job, but one that most people go, "Oh, he's a gang boss."
Yeah. Tim Allen, Home Improvement. That's how they got everything on there. And it died and broke.
What?
I don't know. I'm so lost. Did you ever watch Home Improvement?
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved it. Well, you should for the Detroit. Right. Detroit. Right.
Tim Allen went to my high school. Come on, man.
Did he really?
Yeah. Not at the same time as I did.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're getting up there. No, you're not. So, but no, I mean, that house.
I'll be 35 next week.
That's whenever I think of like the classic sets and everything. And that's the house because I grew up watching that. That's the house I always think of when I think of those set designs, so they can squeeze every square inch out. But
yeah.
It's a personal thing. Yeah. I think the best part of that story, though, was that the guys came and sat right next to you.
Yeah. I mean, there are assigned seats at most theaters in Los Angeles, but it was, like I said, a 95% empty theater.
Yeah, it's what's called beard attraction.
Okay. beard magnetism.
Yeah. It's the attraction that your beard has on these people. Now, did you follow that up with? And by the way, I answered these kinds of questions on the Classless Chat podcast.
You know what? I did not take that opportunity for a shameless plug, and I, of course,
you should
regret it now.
Yeah. Take your cat of nine and just whap yourself a few times.
I will. Flagellate myself appropriately. Not a dirty word. Sounds like a dirty word, but is not a dirty word.
I was going to say, is that the right word for that?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. I'm not going to argue tonight.
Behind your head, there's a cat's paw just sort of poking out from underneath the door.
Oh, is there? Oh, yeah.
That was outstanding.
Is it Boots? I think it's Boots. Boots.
It appeared to be a gray paw, but it was very entertaining.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
You'll see it again when you go back and look at this.
Awesome. All right. Well, Jeff, thank you so much for coming on, man.
Of course. Thanks for having me, brother. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. Next week, dude.
Bye.
Bye. Yeah. So apparently I forgot to mention Gabby. Beginning of the show.
Yeah.
My bad. Let me maybe. Yeah, I don't know. People want to see our faces for radio. There we go.
Might as well.
Yeah, I forgot to talk about Gabby. Meh. So Sunday, Gabby got sick. Well, her was having horrible stomach pains. And yeah, took her to the ER. You heard most of the ER story. Took her to her pediatrician after we stormed out because the pain had subsided, so she was good. And took her to a pediatrician Monday morning. Well, almost noon. It was Monday. It was early-ish Monday. And she got seen. She got taken care of. Gabby's okay. Appreciate that. I have had some people who have commented and said, "Hey, is she doing okay?" Gabby's doing fine. So everything there's good to go. She's feeling a lot better. So thank you.
Yes, she is.
Yeah.
She is a brown.
Pat, you get tired towards the end of the show.
No, actually, I don't. I'm just, I'm feeling the groove, man.
Did you take another one of those pink pills
No.
before the show?
This is Late Night with Drew and Pat.
Late night with Drew and Pat. Kind of like the Delilah thing.
It's funny because I just want to bring up, hey, you know what's funny? When you say Drew and Pat, it sounds like a train.
Drew and Pat and 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 Drew and Pat.
That was really stupid.
Oh, it was really bad. I had Josh watch Conjunction Junction. He was asking me something about English.
Junction, what's your function?
Right. And he's trying to explain to me. He's like, I've got to work with these kinds of words. I don't know what it is. And I'm like, it's a conjunction. And he's like, no, that's not what it is. It's in injection and junction and blah, blah. And I'm like, conjunction? And it was injection. And, but I'm like, no, here. And I'm showing him the video and he's like, okay, that was fun. That's not what it is.
Injection.
I was like, okay.
Inject word here.
My bad. Sorry, Josh.
Oh, my.
Daddy's not smart with this. No. Wrong person.
Daddy no read. Lorelai.
Not enough chunk. All right. Well, that's it for this week's show, everybody. Thank you. Thank you, Pat.
No, thank you, Drew.
No, thank you, Pat.
No, thank you, Drew.
No, thank you, Pat.
Okay, thank you, Pat.
Yes, there we go. And
Okay.
thank you, everyone, for listening. We both love you long time. You're fantastic. People are listeners. You are why we do the show. You are the people we do the show for. We do it. I'd like to say we do it for ourselves, but in honesty, we do it for ourselves and for you. And we thank you very much. And for our Patreon supporters, we thank you guys very much because you are
Number one.
You're number one.
Number one. 2 thumbs. Number 2.
2 thumbs up. Yeah.
Number 2.
Ja, man. You are you're the people who give us the ability to do this. Are you crushing me?
I'm crushing my eye. Crush.
So, but you are the people who make it to where it's possible for us to do this. If you find it in your heart to be able to go on patreon.com/ClasslessChat. For some odd reason, I think I slur it or something because I talk to people in person.
ClasslessChat.
And I'm like, yeah, I'm doing
Quit spitting on the mic, man.
I stopped at Dutch Bros today and I was like, I'm going to get a coffee. I dropped something off at the UPS store. I earned myself a coffee.
You sounded like Sean Connery. Right
Yes,
there.
I earned myself a coffee and I stopped and they're like, so what do you got going on today? Chewing her gum. I was like, well, I just took my kids to the dojo and then I'm doing a podcast tonight. Oh, really? That's cool. What do you do on a podcast? Well, we do a podcast. Oh, that's awesome. I was like,
When did they hire squirrels?
I
over
don't
there?
know. Well, that's awesome. I like what's the podcast name? Classless Chat.
Not to be confused with
Classless Chat? And I'm like,
Classless?
Classless Chat. But it's
Classless?
not the first time. It's every time I go to Dutch Bros. Every time I go to Dutch Bros.
Did you
it's
say assless chaps?
no, but it's like I must be stuttering or something. So it's patreon.com/classless-chat.
No class.
No class,
None whatsoever.
classless
Yes.
chat. You visit us at classlesschat.com to find any kind of link to your favorite sources and to Patreon as well. But thank you guys so very, very much. It has been a blast. As always, Pat, thank you so much, my friend.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye now.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Get off.
Thanks for listening to Classless Chat with your hosts, Drew and Pat. Be sure to listen again next time. You never know what these two are going to say.